Ah, guys, I was so close there. Let's try to reset it. Wait there. No! Come on, you stupid thing. Wait, hang on. I think I got it, guys, in time. So it's almost every time you move. Wait, that was a little far to the right. Oh my god! I think I got it. There we go, that'll do it. Right there. One more time. Alright guys, that'll do it. Yay! We got our thumbnail for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and include it, and now let's get on to Vlogmas Day 3. Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. So coming to you guys today now. It is now 10:43. I have 7,200 steps. Very, very, very good. I just want to come on and do my music year in review. So this has already been on Instagram, but I can just kind of elaborate more on here. So the first song, you guys already know what it is. Party in the city where the heat is on. Party in the city where the heat is on, guys. So that was number 1. You guys probably could have just guessed it. Didn't even need to share it. So it doesn't need an introduction. Just, you know, my photos from Florida. My joy, right, when I planned Florida, which you guys saw last month. Well, my joy videos on break, planning Florida, Floridian state of mind, like everything about Florida is obviously very, very, very memorable. So yes, you guys can see that is obviously number 1. To anybody's surprise, right? Thought guys probably could have guessed that. I don't know if you even looked at my pictures for even a second, right? Anyhow, guys, we're not gonna just make this 20 minutes talking about the first song. That's crazy. But then anyhow, obviously my joy, you know, with the weather, obviously, again, that's not why people go on vacation, but it's a big part of it for us northerners, or southernmost northerners. So yes, obviously, number 2 song was actually my number 1 song during the month of January, and it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. What time's right now? What country am I in? It doesn't matter. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's always on 5 in Margaritaville, come to think of it. I heard that. You've been there, haven't you? Yes, sir. I've seen your book there. I've been to Margaritaville a few times. Alright, well that's good. Just tell me a little bit about it. Okay, well just want to make sure you can keep it between the navigational beacons. Bring the movies, I got it. Alright, man. Well, it's 5 o'clock. Let's go somewhere. I'm ready. Crank it up. Let's get out of here. I'm gone. So obviously that song obviously gives a lot of good insights into my, you know, self-respect that I've done, and, you know, appropriate, really not given a, right? Yeah, so I know that I had shared that briefly, you know, with the mindsets, right, of the just, you know, nonsense that I had to endure, right? So, you know, definitely self-respect as well, you know, not starting stuff as well. So, again, dealing with the other stupidity is much easier, so that was easy. It was easier done than said. How about that? You know, that's obviously what a lot of people say. It's easier said than done. Well, for me, and I showed, right, it's easier done than said. So that was really, really cool. And obviously, you know, that mindset of, you know, hang on, let's see. What? 2 hours. 2 hours? Yeah. Yeah, it's down near the Maryland line. Hey, you know what you ought to do? What? Is spread some of that stuff out here. I will. So yeah, guys, like I said, you know, and allowing yourself to feel that, because sometimes that's the only thing that can, not the only thing, but it's like an additive, that's just all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if something does happen that is a little more, a bummer, right? And I'm trying to think of anything that has happened this year that has been like that. It's been a bummer. I can't really think, honestly. Like, I know, obviously, there were a couple times with my grandfather, right? Like, I wish that he was here, right? To be able to show him and ask him, hey, what is this animal? But aside from that, well, obviously, not really getting, like, first place in my race again, even though I was first place 2 years ago, or, I'm sorry, last year, so, fall of 2024, which also made that a super lush life that, again, I was just so wrapped up in the nostalgia. So, yeah, it's kind of like, I don't really know how to describe it, but you know what I'm saying, like, even if there is something that, I mean, it does kind of have you down or just confused, because again, you can't put a price on emotional pain and a price on somebody's life. So it's like the blindsided by a suicide that I had shared before. It's like, you're having all these fantastic conversations with her, and it just doesn't make sense why she would just walk to a highway overpass and bye-bye. Right? Like, it doesn't make sense. So it's almost kind of like the similar to, different things that have come up this year with, like, trying to have correspondence and just, never know when, you could really make somebody's day, right, by just sending them something, and they not make it weird, right? Because there's a lot of things, again, where the people themselves make it weird, and it's not actually weird. Some of them are younger, so you have to just kind of, just know that you can help them later on in life, like Rebecca Rogers. It's like, hey, oh my god, that's gross. Oh my god, hey, I'm telling you, don't look up Vagisil. No, don't do it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because that's not the kind of, the relationship that we have. That's for your health teacher, and you're obviously rather young yet. It's for your health teacher in middle school, right? It's like, so that's gross, she said. A spur of the moment, thing. So it's like, it just doesn't make sense. Is it spur of the moment? And they don't know that. And if they don't take advantage and try to ask, and get a feel for it and just have the inappropriate version of one and done, well, that's on them, and you're able to have just a positive. And it's almost like anything that in any other instance, it would be considered negative. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, you just, I don't know, had somebody hack your account and you had your money in the account. You didn't have it in cash. So now you can't go on vacation. Oh, yeah. So if you cry yourself to sleep tonight, again, that's an instance of evil, right? If you choose to cry yourself to sleep, or if shit really hits the fan or something that you really want to reach out and you burn that bridge, that's on you, right? And, appropriate tough love, thick skin kind of stuff. Just get over it. They'll get over it, right? And it's a prolonged version too. It's not like, these things where you get cut off in traffic. They'll get over it, right? Kind of thing. They'll get over it, That's almost like an instantaneous, right? Now, like, if, and the odds of being able to figure it out are just really, really next to impossible. Unless you had a conversation with them, and you would have to really judge and see if people have just been cutting them off like crazy recently, or if it's actually just you, right? That, they cut off or you cut them off, right? And you're actually the only person. Do you know what I'm saying? So those are really hard instances to tell and kind of show compassion before you say, we'll just get over it, right? You'll find a way to get over it, right? So yeah, number 2 obviously speaks a lot, and then obviously being able to incorporate that into different things this year, right? So it's like, yeah, right, and if I can keep my mouth shut, right, and not tell, people whenever I woke up, right, from that attempt, right, Cole Swindell had a nervous breakdown at his dad's resting place. Why don't you go do that to yours before you cry to my face watching me suffer? Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it just speaks volume to a lot of different things. Like I could have went really, really evil on her and said, you know, well, I'm sure your grandma will poke her head up out, right? And tell you about the first time she, you know, did some examinations, right? Yeah, so anyhow, that was just a whole bunch of just amazingness, and I kind of already covered that, right? I'm gonna allow myself to feel it, because again, some of those are one-in-a-lifetime things, right? Like, I still allow myself to feel the eclipse, absolutely, right? So, you guys still even see my joy videos looking up at the moon when it looks like an exact replica, with it being in front and, like, pretty slim, but it's enough that the corona kind of look is there, you know, and the orb, you know, it's like a black onyx, like it's like a black that you can't describe. It's like this, but a whole different, because you have the corona all around it, and it just looks like this black onyx, like diamond. Like, it is so amazing, guys. So obviously, yeah, you know, letting yourself feel that once-in-a-lifetime events. It's like a self-respect, and being able to amplify certain things, you know, even after the truth has been found, right? And that gets back into the cry yourself to sleep, you know? Goodbyes are times where you say something good, you know? But if you choose to not say something good, that's your choice, and you have to live with that. And, you know, you can't be like, you know, I mean, it's reasonable for me, in my instance, right? It's reasonable for me to go like that because of the, you know, watch your thoughts before they become your words. So you must be thinking it a lot if it just comes out like, not like, you know it like the back of your hand, right? Like Sam Hunt's somewhat sexualized, right? Body like a back road. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, you know, that's how I choose to do it. And just because I choose to do it like that, and I set myself realistic expectations, I mean, yeah, sometimes I mess up, but, you know, I'm still good most of the time, and that's okay, right? That's how I choose to go about it, you know? Like, I didn't start any stuff with, you know, the people in Florida, or I'm sorry, at Hershey, just because they weren't as full of life as me, and, like, I didn't do that kind of mindset with them. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It's just a really good, overall, amazing year that I've had. So then number 3 obviously speaks to the more serious side, right? Like I had just shared, mixed in with that whole spiel. So number 3 is like the more serious. Number 2, there's kind of like a joking, right? But after the joking is all gone, like you're serious, right? And you're still seriously happy. You know, it's like a Old Dominion song, right? It's like, I wonder if Jack and Diane ever made it after the drums and the guitars all faded, right? So it's like, yeah, once that new wears off, you know, are you still able to have it? And yes, I do. And you guys have seen it, you know? So it's like, yeah, you know, that was really cool, right? Like, she could have, you know, did all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, you know, might I remind you, you could have stayed back there too, but you chose to pursue me after I passed you, all right? So yeah, and like, it's almost like it's just yesterday, you know? So yeah, it's just a really cool overall mindset. So that was about 3 minutes, or 11, 12, 10, 9, 8. That was about 8 minutes, guys, but that was definitely felt really, really good to be able to kind of just spell it all out for you guys. And I know you guys obviously, you know, probably know a lot of it too, but I'm still very thankful for, you know, you guys, you know, continuing to watch, right? And because you never know when, like, another, like, insight that I share could help you guys. And obviously you guys really like it a lot too. I mean, I've been staying up at like 566 for a long time. So very excited about that. The highest that I've had this year is 575. So, yeah. Anyhow, guys, so that was really cool, you know, to be serious then after it. And it's like the appropriate, right? Like, you know, you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, just putting on a show. Anybody can be, oh yeah, we're having a great time out here, yeah. Dancing around at a concert, you go home and you're crying your eyes out. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was just so cool, guys, to be able to have that. you know, those, you know, and have like a carefree kind of life beforehand. That's why it's probably number 2. And then the more serious version's number 3. And then number 4, obviously, is hints and reminders, right? When I had Super Lush Life days this summer, that a Super Lush, that's going to be all year next year, guys. So that was really, really cool. And then number 5, well, that's a personal one. Yeah, that's a personal one. So, yes. Anyhow, guys, I will probably go ahead now and put on my, my YouTube music recap. So, Michaela, I watched 70 of her videos this year. Crazy! And my, my own channel was number 4 on my most visited. That's just great, guys. So, yeah. I hope everybody has enjoyed. And then, actually, I did make a mistake, too. My appointment on Wednesday next week, is actually sometime right before lunch. So I will have some time, but it's still going to be snowy. So I'll have to find something to do in the snow. Maybe a small amount would have melted, but I don't think so. Because we're only having highs in, like, the 20s. The high 20s, guys. So, it's definitely not fun. Yeah, so, yeah. I think I pretty much covered everything, you know. Amplifying the once-in-a-lifetime, you know. And you guys also saw that, too, with the changing one. You know, does it happen that you can have that experience, you know, so often. And then, obviously, same with the location one, right? Like, the odds of, you know, having that happen, it just doesn't happen. So, just to be able to have all of that to hold on to, and then still be able to be positive yourself, you know, once the kind of bridges were burned. You know, like I said, that's times where it's like, I need to take a step back, right, and say something, you know, similar to what I had shared then. So yeah, it was just a really, really awesome music year, and it speaks volumes to pretty much everything that has happened this year. So yeah. And like I said, I'll include my photos here, and then I already got to next week. I will probably, you know, do something. Today, honestly, I might just try to run a mile after my appointment. I think there is, like, a track somewhere. Actually, no, I do know where there's, like, I have to make sure it's safe, like, I'm not gonna slip and fall. But yeah, there's, like, a whole, oh my gosh, Alyssa. Anyhow, guys, yes, there's, like, you know, obviously, like a field, so I'll have to try to see if that is not iced over, and then try to run just at least a mile, because you have to keep up, you know, with that stuff as much as you can. There's not wind or rain today, so could probably definitely try it. So, anyhow, guys, I'll go ahead here and get going. Nice little 20-minute Vlogmas day 3. And there might be other videos today, and if there is, well, then I'll just add them in then. And then we'll have a shorter, but a nice, very nice, Vlogmas day 3. So, anyhow, guys, talk to you guys later. I got the funds, guys. Got the funds are full. You can see it already, guys. I can't come up with anything for that. But I got the funds, guys. They're going for it. Gonna have fun.
Yeah. Well, this is the only way. This is my way out. That's the only time I see it.
Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. I am back in my car now. And we are gonna see. Holy cow. My eyes are kind of like, no, they're blue today. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm gonna wait here about 10 minutes. Make sure that I'm good with the light. Make sure I'm safe to drive. A different version than Hershey this year, for sure. And then, yeah, we're gonna get driving home. But I'm gonna start editing. Probably I think I still had like 10 minutes left in my video from this morning. Here we go. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So it's now officially 3:42. I'm thinking I'm gonna head on back home now. Just because I can look up for a decent amount of time. And obviously, again, people don't focus on the sky when they're driving. They might look up and see a rainbow like me and just keep peeking around. But most of the time, you know, you focus on the road. Duh. But some of the traffic lights are in line with the sky. So, obviously, yes. It's good for long enough to look and then just wait for it to turn green. Anyhow, so I'm definitely safe to drive. I am probably going to get like a double cheeseburger and maybe like a medium fry. Or probably just a double cheeseburger. Because it's just, you know, I have everything frozen at my place. And I'm definitely not going to take an hour to make a pot pie. You know, we didn't have any... no, actually, never mind. We did. We had, my grandma and I still had some leftover potatoes from last night. So I'm going to call her, make sure she ends can eat those, and then I'll warm those up. But we ate all of the corn and the ham last night. And I don't want to break into the lunch meat. So I'll probably just have my, you know, meat and my protein from, you know, like a double cheeseburger or whatever. Then I'll warm up those, because that's saving from a medium fry. And it's also probably healthier, too. And, yeah, more money, right, for Florida. So, anyhow, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that and get going here. I did just want to come on and share that I'm not going to, do my photo recap just until I can figure out how to download it and cut out certain parts, just because it does say the town names. It's like, oh, and meanwhile in... you know, and the town names, and they are, you know, somewhat identifiable, to, you know, very visited places. So, I mean, I can't help it if people try to figure it out themselves. But just for me, you know, I always, you know, just try to, you know, not give 110% of it away, right? So, yes, as far as, like, the locations, very visited locations very often. So yes, I will go ahead and make sure that I'm able to do that. But other than that, guys, that'll be it for today. So thank you again for watching, and I will start this video probably as I go through the McDonald's. I do just want to watch my my video and make sure I didn't give any, like, make sure like nobody had any like paperwork out, because that would obviously be massive HIPAA on my end. So just, you know, when you do film in places like that, you have to really know what you're doing and just be careful and generous of others. So I do have to watch that again, you know, the tree, and just make sure there wasn't anything, you know, you know, they didn't say somebody's name, or the receptionist was reading back an address, right? That's obviously a big no-no. So yes, I will have to watch that again, and then I'll get this produced. And then, yeah, so, anyhow, guys, thanks again for watching Vlogmas Day 3, and tomorrow is Vlogmas Day 4. So, and then just 21 more days, guys, and we are officially Christmas time. So, anyhow, guys, thank you again for watching. Talk to you guys later.
Just a little apple crisp.
That's right, Mama.